Ay, ay, ay. That had like three people on. There were settings, unsupportive. We are live on Facebook. Yes, hi everybody.
Hey, Mikey.
Sorry about that. We had a little bit a 3-minute technical difficulty. Welcome to the live chat with Cheryl Ladd. Cheryl Ladd's in the room, everybody. Everyone's excited. Everyone's going crazy, Cheryl, thank you for dropping by today to celebrate the 45th anniversary of Charlie's Angels. It's been 44 years for you. How does it feel? Because it feels like it was yesterday to me, but how does it feel for you?
Some days it feels like it wasn't that long ago, but some days it feels like it is that long ago. Does everybody know I call you Mikey?
No, I don't think they do.
Yeah, I named you Mikey. You're my Mikey.
I appreciate it. So let's
Yeah.
get it. We have some questions. I have some questions. Some fans have submitted some questions that we're going to ask you. But how did you? I mean, I know the story, and I know a lot of people out there do. But maybe some people don't. How did you get the role in Charlie's Angels?
Well, I had worked for Aaron several times, and he was aware of me. And when Farrah decided she was leaving, he called me immediately and asked me if I would do the show, and I said no. I had never really seen the show. I didn't know. I just didn't really know anything about it. And I said, I was taking I was going to acting class, being an actress, and I don't know. It didn't grab me. So then he looked at hundreds of girls, and he called me up and said, Cheryl, come and talk to me. I want to know, will you come and talk to me? I said, of course I will. So I sat across the desk from him, and he said, well, what are your issues with the show? I said, well, first of all, who would I play? I don't know who is going to be silly enough to try to replace Farrah Fawcett, because she's Farrah Fawcett. And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, if I had something to play, maybe I'd be interested. And he said, like what? I said, I don't know. If I could be, kind of the girl next door, really, gung-ho and wanting to do a good job and all of that stuff. And because I think that America does cheer for the underdog a lot. So I thought if she was just, very genuine and really excited about the job. And we talked about that for a while. And I said, and he said, okay, I don't see why that wouldn't work. And I said, well, and if she could be funny. And he said, why couldn't she be funny? I said, oh, I could be funny. Okay, now I'm starting to get interested, because I think the show itself had little moments where the girls didn't have to be perfect. And that's the part about it that I like. They became, my character could be really human, I thought that would be a good idea. And then of course, Aaron's genius, when he said, I've got it. Why aren't you gonna be, how about Farrah's little sister? I said, I'm in. And because, everybody loves Farrah. And if I'm her little sister, I'm looking up to her. I'm, thinking she's the greatest as well. And that's what the character needed to have to make that step where I think that people would give me a chance, So.
I never get old of that story. I love that story.
You love that story?
That's great. But during that time, did you actually read or do any on-camera stuff with Jacqueline and Kate?
No.
No.
I think they took a picture.
That's a picture.
Yeah. No, I didn't have to read for it. Aaron really wanted me. He knew what I could do. I'd worked for him before, so I think he had a lot of confidence in me, which was a good feeling. But the first episode, was Circus of Terror or whatever it was, and it was that was kind of my audition.
So how was it on that first set? I mean, I have a picture here I'm going to share with you. You became...
Well,
overseas.
That was my first autograph as a Charlie's Angel.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I think that was that first day I was there, and we were out, in a big park where they made the circus and all of that. And yeah, so I got to sign Love, Chris.
I love it. I love it. The fans were already loving you by that point.
Yeah, well, yeah, they wanted to meet the new angel, and I couldn't believe how many hundreds of people were there on that set. I didn't expect it. It was kind of overwhelming and wonderful. I mean, they were just cheering me on, and they hadn't even seen my work yet as an angel.
Well, you were gorgeous. That's why. And that little spark. Who didn't? So after you became an angel, how did your life change?
It changed drastically primarily because it was, we were doing 22 episodes a year. We worked 5 days a week. And when we weren't working on the show, we were having photo shoots and, fittings and going to these events and all of that. And I had a 2-year-old daughter. Jordan was only 2 when I started the show. And it became very difficult because I was missing being with her so much. And she would come to the set and visit me. But, I go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning and get home at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and she'd be in bed. So it was very hard. That was undoubtedly the hardest part of it.
Here's a picture of them on set.
We went to the beach in Malibu, and we were just goofing around. And I said, "Oh, let's do Glamour Girls." And she said, "Okay." Look at her. Is she just the most adorable?
It's adorable. So how many during the set, during filming, did you have Jordan most of the time there, or she
got bored with it? She wanted to go play with her friends. And, every time I had a day off, I was just like glue onto her. I was like, "Honey, I have a day off." Yeah, but it was tough for both of us, I think.
I'm going to share this other photo because I was going to do it later. But this
my mama, my wonderful mother, Dolores. Yeah.
She was a wonderful woman.
This is a wonderful human being. I was so fortunate to have such an incredible mom. She could do anything, my mom. She was so talented herself. Pardon?
She could be the new Bosley. How much, with your character of Chris, how much input did you have with where she went and with the character, growth? How much input did you have with the writers?
The whole first year was her yippee skippy year. I get to work with these great girls and all of this. I sort of felt that way myself, just starting the show, but within the show, that was exciting. But also, as the character, I thought people really needed to know how sincere she was and how kind of goofy, but wanting to do her very best. And I think people pull for that. Then in the second season, she got a little more mature. She was a little more savvy. She was a little quicker on her feet. Yeah, I think that was the second year was kind of more fun because I got more interesting things to do.
Okay, so 2 main things on the series was the hair and clothing.
Yes.
How much input did you, as the actress, for your character? Did you have a lot of input, or did they just throw stuff on you, or how did that work?
If I put something on and I absolutely hated it, nobody made us wear something we absolutely hated. And because we wanted to get out of these fittings and all that stuff, because we wanted to go home, we wanted to go to sleep. People don't understand the hours and how unglamorous the actual making Charlie's Angels was. But yeah, no, except for the bikinis, I didn't really have any issues with the clothing.
Great. Did you I guess they just brought everything in. You didn't go shopping for anything, did you?
Yeah, and they had already, the wardrobe department had already read the episodes, so they knew if I was going to be dressed like a truck driver or whatever characters we were going undercover. That was the fun part of the show, that we got to go undercover and do other characters. We didn't just have to be the angels. We got to have accents, and I got a Swedish accent, and we got to do some really fun things and take on these other people. And when we went undercover, that to me was really fun, because I would have been bored stiff just playing Chris day after day after day after day. It was fun when Chris got to be somebody else.
Of course, you were detectives. I mean, you were undercover.
That's right.
Yeah.
Undercover.
Sometimes not under many covers with the bikinis you guys are wearing. But.
Yeah. So the pink bikini was kind of a big moment.
Oh,
Yeah. I had asked Aaron not to put me in bikinis all the time, and he said, "Oh, I understand." I said, "I'm somebody's mother. There's enough stuff in the show. I don't really want to be in a bikini. And if I am, could I be around a swimming pool or a boat at the beach?" I said, "Seriously?" And he said, "So for a couple of shows, it was okay." And then all of a sudden there was that bikini again. I thought, I'm going to give him a bikini he's not going to be able to put on screen. Unfortunately, it didn't go on screen, but he did give me what for wearing something so skimpy. But he did get my message. Tell the little rebel I got her message and not to do that again. Okay. But he got my point. And then we got Tanya, and everybody wanted to see Tanya in a bikini. And rightly so. I enjoyed seeing Tanya in a bikini. What a bod.
She was beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So now the series went through a lot of toys. There was a lot of toys produced during. Let me just show you a couple. This is doll, dress, mug. Now during the show, did you see any of this stuff when
I had no idea. I had no idea they were doing all this. Nope.
I mean, you had no control, nothing. They just did it.
They just did it.
You had no idea.
Nope. And we didn't get paid that well for it, if you want to know the truth. The actors are way down the line.
And then you released your own poster too. How was that, releasing your poster?
That was fun with the red, with the black top and the red shorts. I like that poster. It was very, to me, Chris Monroe, with the energy of Chris Monroe and the athleticism of her and her joyful spirit. I like that.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I loved it. It's my favorite one. Still
Yeah,
on the wall.
me too.
All right, we're gonna go through. I have a couple photos.
Okay.
And this is the first one. Now, tell me about this. This is Angels in Paradise, and this is the second episode you filmed.
Yes.
Like,
This was the scene where I had to surf.
very highly protected.
Yes, highly protected. Oh, we had to be. We couldn't believe how many people, and we had to be on beaches where other people were having vacation. So it was quite interesting for, the bodyguards and the police and keeping people under control. But they were all pretty good. It's amazing how many people have written to me or I bumped into somewhere and they say, "Oh, I was on the beach when you guys were filming Charlie's Angels that first time." Cool.
That's amazing.
I said, "How old were you?" He said, 9. It was fun.
Oh, I would have loved to have been there. Now, these two ladies kind of look like you.
Yes, that was she was a stunt woman. And then the other one was Sis Rundle.
Yep.
Yes, and she was my stand-in. Yeah, we were good pals, all of us. Yeah, I enjoyed all those girls.
So they did all the heavy lifting, right?
They did. People don't understand that they could not afford for one of us to get hurt. So we had to have stunt people and people to do, the throwing around, because the minute somebody broke their arm, that was the end of them in the show.
Yeah.
And we were making 22 episodes a year. It was being churned out like,
Yeah, like cookies.
that's right. That's right.
And what I love those when I watch the shows, and then there's a guy with the wig on. I just love that.
Oh yeah,
Like when
that happened a few times.
I think a lot of times, at that point they didn't know that we're gonna have reruns and DVDs and Blu-rays and see it
Right.
live.
I think the dumbest thing I had to do was wrestling a rubber alligator. I mean, I didn't really have to do a lot of stuff in the water because the stunt girl did all of that stuff. But really, I thought, okay, they are really running out of ideas here.
Where
Right?
did it come from?
I don't know.
Who knows? All right, here's another picture.
Oh, it was my birthday. It was a birthday cake, and everybody on the cast and crew signed that. And I don't know what happened to it. Somebody stole it, I think.
So how was the crew on the set? It seems
Love
like
them.
they're a family.
We were a family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all got really close. Dick Rawlings and his son and Kim Manners and so many. So there went my light. Hold on.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's okay. I think it's okay. Yeah. The wardrobe girls, we are all just a family. I think you really see it on that last shot, the last season. That's it. Yeah. There's JR and Kim and everybody, Jackie and Tanya. It was great. Good times. But you know what? I felt a little sorry for Tanya because she was just getting going. It didn't hurt that she was at Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
But she kind of got shortchanged with her season and everything. But she did well. She went on and got another series and was very successful.
Absolutely. Talking about some of your co-stars, you had great chemistry with David Joy, Dave Bosley. Do you have any great stories about him or any great memories of hanging out with him on the set?
All I know is when I was down or I was not at my happiest, he'd say, "Come on, kid, you're doing great." He had that gravelly voice. He said, "Come on, let's go play cards while we're waiting for him." And we'd play cards on set, and he was just so kind and so for me. And it really feels good to have someone in your corner when you're working that hard. And yeah, I loved him so much.
We lost him way too soon. Okay, so since we're talking about co-stars, let's run down a couple of all your other angels, so you can just say a couple words about them, what you thought, what you loved,
Oh, golly.
Kate Jackson, Sabrina Duncan.
Sabrina Duncan, really smart, complicated.
How about Miss Jacqueline Smith and AKA Kelly Garrett?
Just so beautiful, you wanted to slap her, and just a lovely, lovely person. She and I got along very, very well, and talked about. She wanted to have a baby, so every time Jordan was on the set, she was playing with her and just said, "Oh, I want to have a family. I want to have children so much." And we talked about that a lot, and she did. She got her 2 kids, and now she's a grandma, and we talk about that all the time, how fun it is to be a grandmother. So
beautiful. How about Shelley Hack? Ooh, I'm making a mess.
Shelley, very smart woman, and I just felt like they didn't, the writers and I just felt like they didn't help her kind of really create something more solid for her character. It wasn't her fault. She just kind of got words. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think she's a terrific actress. Obviously, she worked a lot after that, which is a good thing. You know, and she's doing unbelievable charitable things now, and she's a good lady.
Her character, they finally found her footing at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And then after that, they wanted to move on to Tanya Roberts to see if they can bring the
Tanya, that little wild child. Oh my gosh, she was outrageous and wonderful. Everybody liked her. She was such a character. She had such a big personality and obviously so gorgeous. And as I said, I just love that she was on the show so I could wear fewer bikinis. What a bod. Yeah, she was adorable.
And how about your sister, Farrah Fawcett, TV sister, Children?
Only got to work with her a handful of episodes. She was very professional, but you know, she had to come and do this. And she was happy to see the other girls that she started with, you know, that started Charlie's Angels. She was really happy to be around them because they were all close friends. But she had moved on. And she was nothing but, I thought what was amazing to me is whatever was there, all of our scenes I felt worked really well together. You know, as sisters, that we really cared about each other. And I as Chris just worshipped her, just thought she was it, you know. And because we had that within the character, everybody liked it all the more when she came back because Chris was so excited about her sister being there as well. And I think that worked for everybody.
Absolutely. What do you miss most about Charlie's Angels?
I think the people. Always the people.
Nice. So I have one more photo here. You
Okay.
weren't, but you were a Charles Angel.
Oh yes, Prince Charles. That was an exciting day when he came, and he sat and watched us film for several hours and watched all the scenes, and he asked questions about, okay, the gun, is it a real gun, and all he was fascinated by how it was all made, and he was a lot of fun. He stayed a long time. I was surprised.
Nice. During the series, did you have any film roles you turned down because of your large?
No movies role. I had films set up for myself in hiatus, and I was doing specials, as you know, singing, dancing, and doing those kind of fun things that I love so much. I had always wanted to do that, and then, you know, obviously for me, the penultimate thing for me was doing Anna Get Your Gun on Broadway, which I just adored, and thank God for every minute of it. It was just such a wonderful experience, and it had been a dream since I was a little girl.
Right. I saw it a couple times. When the series ended, did you keep anything from the set? Did you guys go through it and scraps and stuff?
I have Chris Monroe cards that she would hand out for people, you know, her what do you call it?
People who you.
Hi, I'm Chris Monroe. Here's my card. Call me. You know, it's kind of an old thing. People don't really hand out so many cards anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
That's like
they text you. Yeah. Here's me.
And you have that sweater too.
I have that green sweater, and I have a little kind of purple wool jacket that had piping on it. I wore on one of the episodes. Yeah, so I have a few things and a purse. Yeah, I wish I had kept more of the things now looking back, but you know, once it was over, it was, I really wish, because my daughters, Jordan and Lindsay, wanted to have those red stretch pants and all those, you know, disco clothes. They were really interested in that. They thought that was so cool.
That would have been cool to have. Were they uncomfortable to wear?
Yes.
They looked uncomfortable.
They were too tight in certain areas, I'll tell you that. That's all I'm saying.
They looked great, but they must have been pain in the butt to get on and off.
So, no, it made your butt look good, actually. Yeah. Anyway,
Let's go.
and that beautiful white dress, I love that dress, but I didn't take it. I didn't get it. I just really, when I look back, I think, well, that was really stupid. It's such a big show. You should have taken more of those clothes, but I
Yeah.
did.
The Buddha in the office and that kind of stuff. You know, it's just work. You know,
Yeah,
as an actor,
it's
it's
work.
work. When this time is done, it's done. You move on.
Yeah.
You know. If there was going to be a sixth season, would you have stayed or gone?
I think I wouldn't have stayed. My contract was fulfilled. I had a good run on it. It brought me enormous success and a decent paycheck. But I was really ready not to be Chris Monroe and try to, open opportunities. And right away, I started doing movies. It was good. I was ready. And I got to spend time with Jordan and eventually Jordan and Lindsay. So I'd do a movie, but they often came with me if I was in Australia filming the girls, and Brian would be with me. That made it much nicer. I've always been about family, so.
We have some Facebook questions.
Sure.
Let's do these really quickly. Candace Cunningham asked, why didn't you do more music Foley? I thought you would have had a successful Vegas show after Charlie the Angels.
Oh, well, it had crossed my mind, but Jordan was in school, Lindsay was in school. To go to Vegas and uproot them and take them away, that didn't really make much sense to me. So I had a lot of movie offers. I had a lot of projects to do and mini series and things like that were going to take place for the most part right in LA. And I wanted to be home. I wanted to be a mom as well. I wanted it all.
You had it all. You had it all. Lucy Land asked, what was your top 3 Charlie's Angels episodes? And would you do Dancing with the Stars?
On the Dancing with the Stars thing, I don't think it's as good a show as it used to be. Early on, I considered maybe doing it, but as it progressed, I didn't see myself doing it. My favorite episodes, obviously, the one where Jordan played Baby Chris, where I had injury in my head and I lost my memory and all of that. So the fact that she not only was there on the set with me, that she got to play Baby Chris, that was wonderful. And I think maybe the circus one, because it was the very first one. It was where I really had to prove myself. And it was so outrageously funny. And David was, and that little woman, John Bosley. It's still one of my favorite episodes because it's just hilarious. And the knives, throwing thing. So yeah, because it was the first Charlie's Angels episode I made, even though it wasn't the first one aired, and that one, and maybe the one where I could sing and dance.
Angel from the Wings.
Yes, Angel and Wings. Yes.
Great choices. Sharon Simon asked, were you and Tanya still close? Did you guys ever hang out?
We actually went to Dancing with the Stars together one night, quite a while back. But, I moved out of Los Angeles and went up to the Santa Ynez Valley and lived there for 22 years. So I wasn't really around in LA. And then I moved to Texas. So, every once in a while I get to see Jacqueline. I just let her know I'm in town and we try to have lunch together or coffee or something. But yeah, I just wasn't really there. I liked her though. She was a hoot. She was a funny girl. She was outrageous sometimes in a great way.
Site Dakota asks, would Cheryl ever consider doing a reunion with Jacqueline where they could solve a final case? How would she have felt if they reverted the Charlie's Angels being a duo, Chris and Kelly, then Kate left like Cagney and Lacey?
I think they should suggest something like that to somebody in Hollywood.
A power.
Why, that would be kind of fun, actually. Even if it was just a movie of the week, a movie for TV, to have that Chris and Kelly as older women helping some, yeah, it would be fun. I think people would like it. I think people would watch it.
There's just a few more questions.
Okay.
The ones I picked. John Mahoney asked, would you ever consider being on The Masked Singer? You have such a wonderful voice.
Oh, thank you. I like the compliment. Maybe. I don't know. I looks really hot in those costumes. Doesn't it? And you have to keep smelling your own breath. I don't know. And then you're singing in there. I don't know. I won't say no. How about that?
What character would you want to be? A unicorn or something like that?
Yeah, a unicorn. So now, of course, if I do it, I'll never be a unicorn.
No.
Uh,
Here's Ron Lewis. I think we already answered this question. I already asked her. I already asked her, what was it like to wrestle alligator with Jamie Lee Curtis watching?
I think she should have jumped in and helped me.
Right?
Come on, girl.
Girl power.
As I said, it's one of the dumbest, most ridiculous moments of my acting experience with a rubber alligator. I just kind of walked out of the water going, really? Okay.
Well, you weren't in a bikini.
At least I wasn't in a bikini. Yeah, there was something good in there somewhere.
That's a positive. Monica Dooley asked, who was your favorite guest star to work with?
Oh, gosh. There were so many good actors. It would be hard to pick one. James Darren. He was still a dreamboat.
I love the Sammy Davis Jr. people.
Oh, and Sammy. Oh, that was really fun. We got to hang with Sammy after that a few times. It was really fun. What a guy.
I love how they worked it that you all introduced yourselves in different areas in the show. And he was like, you're one of my angels too. And it was kind of sweet.
Yeah. He was great.
He must have been fun.
Dean Martin. I had been a fan of Dean Martin's. Yeah, some of the older guys that were, had such amazing careers. That was really fun.
And that's a great episode.
And then, of course, John Forsythe, who I never really saw during the entire show, except right at the end, ABC threw a big party and I got to talk to him then. But then he became my neighbor when I lived up in Santa Ynez. So I got to see him all the time and spend time with him. Wonderful man.
That must have been weird sitting across from him and hearing his voice.
Yeah, he called me in the morning and say, "Good morning, Angel."
Oh,
And it sounded just like Charlie. How could that be?
amazing. John Messo asks, what was it like working with Farrah, and did you enjoy working with her?
I did, because I didn't get to know her. I wasn't hanging out with her, but she was all about the work. She's a good actress and she wanted the scenes to work. And they did. And we really came off as loving sisters, and we hardly knew each other. So I think we both did a good job. I thought she did a great job. There went my light. I knocked it over. Oh, well, that's okay. Are we almost done?
We're almost done. We're almost done.
Should I go pick it up and come back?
Yeah, if you want to put it up, do you want to go get it?
No, I'm fine.
All right. James Dean asks, I love to hear Cheryl's memories of the trucking episode. Did you have to drive the truck?
No, not more than 4 feet. All the close-up stuff was, they had a blue screen thing and behind and all of that. No, we didn't drive those trucks. I couldn't reach the pedal.
Oh, that's true. Where is that thing? I was going to show you one of the crew sheets, but it's left my area now. So
Yeah, for
It's
one
just-
of the episodes.
yeah, just fun.
Well, it was fun reminiscing with you. It was really great.
It's great. Thank you for taking the time today. I know you just filmed a movie called
A Cowgirl Song.
Thank you. And you worked with Savannah and Darcy. How was
Yeah,
that?
yes. These two girls are so wonderful in this movie. And I get to play their country western singing grandmother. A lot of music in it. It's a wonderful movie. I'm just really proud to have been in a part of it. And we had a ball making it. Great people. And I think it's one of those movies you're going to fall in love with.
And you singing too.
I do. Yes, I do, honey. Hmm.
Do you have a solo song or do you sing with other people all the
I
time?
sing solo.
Oh,
I sing duets.
oh,
And then I sing with the big band.
oh.
Yeah.
So,
It's
so-
going to be great. I can't wait to see it. It was so much fun making it. And as I said, everybody I worked with on that movie was just fabulous. And these two young women, so talented. I mean, Darcy Lynn Farmer's dead. Darcy Lee Farmer. One's Lee and one's Lynn.
Savannah Lee May and Darcy Lee Farmer.
Yeah,
Lynn Farmer. Lynn Farmer. I'm sorry.
Lynn Farmer. Darcy Lynn Farmer. She's an amazing ventriloquist, and she's keeping the art of ventriloquism going. It's a wonderful thing. She's so talented, and Samantha as well. Two wonderful actresses, and they both sing in the movie as well.
Beautiful. So will there be a soundtrack? Please.
Oh, I don't know. Never know.
I love you singing. You know I do.
I know you do, honey.
I do. Well, Cheryl, thank you so much for joining us to celebrate the 45th anniversary of Charlie's Angels. I know it's only 44 years for you, but you are still an original angel in my heart and everybody else's heart.
Thank you, honey. Love you. It was really fun. I'm glad we did it. You take care.
Taking the time. Cheers.
Oh, that's my mug. That's my mug on your mug.
That's your mug. And you signed it. It's the first time I cleaned it out. The first time I've ever used it because you gave this to me.
Too cute.
So
Thank you, honey. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.